on in, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot to talk about today in regards to the brand new Marauder inside of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It is shaking things up big time, bringing Kenobi's Negotiator back to the top, baby. There's something really important I want to talk to you guys about before we get into some gameplay. Take advantage of it now. Big thanks, as always, to those who came to the stream yesterday doing our initial Marauder testing. Always a lot of fun with you guys. We showcased the math that's been compiled by the community. Big thanks to Agnards, as always, for compiling the Galactic Chase data. Long story short, it's looking like the drop rates are about 3% when you're farming on the light side. Here are the estimated shards you'll get depending how much energy you spend. It's looking like if you didn't preload any energy, it's about 11,000 energy needed, or 11,550 crystals to get a 7-star Marauder. So it's kind of following the tradition this year where Galactic Chase ships have been very generous. However, there is a game-breaking glitch that they haven't fixed. I'm blown away. If you are currently farming any sort of light side tickets for Galactic Legend, maybe it's Rey, you got the Lightspeed bundle, Master Luke, Kenobi, even Leia. For some reason, there's a glitch where the additive drops that are happening while you're farming Galactic Legend tickets, this case light tickets, you have to farm on the light side node to get the Marauder shards, you're effectively getting a double drop rate. So it's looking like instead of maybe needing 11,550 crystals, it's about half that to get a 7-star Marauder. That is incredible. So unfortunately, if you're not farming anything light side Galactic Legend tickets, you're missing out. I don't know if they're going to fix it. It's been around for a while now, but bugs aren't out of the ordinary. As we're going to see today, the Negotiator is beating every meta fleet because of the Marauder, and they're saying there's some bugs. I expect some changes to come. But you know it's not bugged. Today's sponsor! It's time to discover your inner hero. Get ready to embark on an epic journey, and today's sponsor, OmniHeroes, the ultimate mobile gaming experience. Meet Johnny, someone who's just thirsting to embark on an epic adventure, and he found it in OmniHeroes. OmniHeroes is bringing a world of possibilities. Master the art of combat in breathtaking battles. Embark on a thrilling adventure filled with twists, turns, and unforgettable characters. Form alliances with players worldwide to conquer challenges together, and compete in PvP to prove your hero's worth. And look, you don't gotta take my word for it. Listen to these other guys. Ever since I started playing OmniHeroes, everyone says I'm so awesome. At least my mom says that. But that's not all. OmniHeroes is constantly keeping things fresh. Check out the newest update, Tides Cadence, with new island maps, 3 limited skins, mightier bosses, the second round of 777 free summons, and big improvements to the guild gameplay. Are you ready to answer the call to become a legend? Well, if so, download OmniHeroes now with my link down below or my QR code. Get ready for the adventure of a lifetime in OmniHeroes, where heroes are born. There are a lot of things going in favor of the Marauder. Thing number one, this is one of the healthiest ships, the most healthy ship in the game. It's a very durable ship. It's also pretty darn fast. Even though it says 183 base speed, it gets another 15 speed. So really, it's 198 speed, and it's really fulfilling that support role that it has. As we're going to show, this is probably the most important ability behind enemy lines. Being able to put Jedi Anakin under stealth is a huge, pretty consistent to one-shot, worst case, a very minor cleanup on Leviathan. I've had 100% consistent going up against Profundity. This might be what they're investigating. There is so much valor going on, constantly granting valor to everyone, and Jedi Anakin and the crew are hitting so freaking hard. There is so much to throw out there. I don't want to do too much, but I want to gently remind you guys, because I had to double check myself, you get so much extra damage when you have valor with General Kenobi's lead here. Lots of other valor is granted when Kenobi does his mass swarm, reducing the cooldowns on the capital ship, giving the capital ship tons of turn meter, and then Jedi Knight Anakin himself gets doubled offense to Jedi and clone allies when they have valor. He grants valor on the basic. The point I'm getting at here, valor is very important to the Bad Batch Marauder, and even though the ship was pitched to us as a way to boost the endurance and the new endurance rework, which I'll talk briefly towards the end, kind of like the TIE Defender when it was told it was supposed to be for the Executrix, which you could use it for, it really got adopted into the CHIMAERA fleet. Something similar is happening, and it's breaking ships in favor of Negotiator. Let me show you. So surprisingly enough, I've had 100% consistency up against the Profundity. Pretty nuts. And this is working well at 4-star Marauder. I have a 5-star. I did all my first testing at 4 stars. People making us work at lower relics. It's a pretty big deal. Feels very reminiscent of Iden Versio. Let's hop into battle and show you how we can make this cookie crumble. This really exceeded our expectations. I was, excited for the ship to come. I wasn't really expecting to let Negotiator go toe-to-toe with so many top-level fleets. It seems a little bonky, if you ask me. All right, so they usually go after General Anakin, which is fine. Give me the worst-case scenario opening play. We're going to go hit that Rebel Y-Wing, and we have days in this, too. So this is the worst-case scenario. I literally have days on Anakin. He can't be called to assist. I'm going to show you guys, even in worst-case scenario, we're pulling out big wins. Look, it's pretty solid damage we got going on here. I'm just going to do basic. Almost down right there. This play's pretty big. We already have Anakin ourselves, so it's not that big of a deal, but I usually always use behind enemy lines. On Anakin, we grant health, protection, stealth to Anakin. So let's do it. Pop it over here. Look at that. You guys know, once the Rebel Y-Wing is down, it's game over. It's just plain and simple, game over for Profundity at that point. So now we're going to bring out our, we can do a couple of things. I can bring out a cleanser. I can bring out a tank. Probably what I'll do is I'll just go and, let's just, man, I got options on the field. I can do so much here. I'm just going to go call it our BLT sandwich. Let's do it. All right, let's just do that. Buff the spells, whatever. There we go. You guys, it's just, the opening play is just so deadly. And that was worst case scenario. Anakin getting dazed, blitz down. We're going to just keep working on Outrider. It might take a moment. This ability is also pretty big right here. Being able to grant critical chance up, critical damage up, and offense up. Let's do it. And we might get some ability blocks. Didn't get any ability blocks, unfortunately. Passing around the unending loyalty. I mean, look how good this is looking. This is one of the cleanest Profundity counters, and it's not like I'm doing anything super creative or out of the ordinary here. Let's do a buff this spell right there. Wow, look at the, I'm telling you, look at the damage I'm throwing down on this Profundity fleet. It's just wild how much damage we can throw down here. All right, we're going to call it a reinforcement. Let's go. Bring out Plo now. Plo's coming out. Let's go drop the taunt over there and the critical damage immunity. Let's just keep popping damage over there. Boom. 73,000 on non-crit. Even though it's a support character, very beefy, got some good speed. It also has some pretty solid damage on top of that. Look at that. I was not expecting to have such clean wins up against Profundity. I did all my testing on live, so you guys can go watch yourself where I left timestamps. I didn't lose a single battle, and I'm still not losing any battles with Negotiator up against Profundity. That is a big deal right there alone. We have a triple attacker. I want to look at this now. This might be kind of dumb to show because Kenobi was already kind of able to beat the triple attacker Executor. I'll show you, and maybe you didn't know about this trick. This is kind of an oldie but goldie. I don't use it too often. This is where this kicks in. I'll throw the Marauder in as a reinforcement, but I generally don't see myself really using it up against this. I'll show you anyways, just to kind of show you something. But one thing to note, speaking of throwing Marauder into reinforcements, there was one or two battles where Executor blew up my capital ship. If Marauder was not starting on the field, you don't get one of the special buffs that we're probably not going to really appreciate. By the way, you got to do Plo, pass the taunt over there. You don't get to appreciate the Bad Batch buff that you get, which makes it into a Super Saiyan final showdown type of ship. We just don't see it, unfortunately. So it has to start if you want to get the Bad Batch buff. So if I bring it as a reinforcement, it just won't happen. All right, we're going to gun down IG-88, try to get some big plays going, and gone. Cool. So again, Marauder, not really necessary. Get the protection on us. They usually gun down Anakin like so. All right, they're going to come ahead. There we go. Throw on that. Okay, good stuff. So let's go now. Focus on Xanadu Blood before they get Hound's Tooth out. Now, I want to bring out Marauder, but if I want to win, I probably want to bring out Ahsoka with the buff this spell. Big damage. I'll probably get Marauder in here eventually. Now that I'm thinking about this, I don't know why I'm showing you guys this. I guess today's kind of a Negotiator appreciation post because I'm able to go toe-to-toe with pretty much all these top meta quasi-galactic legend fleets that we got lingering on in the game right now. Okay, let's see if we can try to get, just keep doing basics for right now. That's actually, it's kind of weird. I kind of wish we had Houndstooth, but then again, it's dead. All right, let's go drop some unending loyalty over here. Pretty much game, set, match at this point. They're nowhere close to the contract. They're having a hard time. I'll bring out the Marauder now. How does that sound? So let's go bring out the Marauder. And again, the thing I just love about the Marauder, it keeps Anakin out of the action. Because with Negotiator, kind of like what I said at the Rebel Y-Wing and Profundity, once Anakin's down, the Negotiator's in trouble. Well, not the case here. You really kind of keep Anakin out of the open with these taunting characters like so, with the stealth mechanics. It really is quite nice what it's bringing. It's kind of a sleeper situation here. And there we go. Another fleet down, but Marauder was not needed for this battle whatsoever. So now Leviathan. Now, I'm not going to like pitch this as 100% guaranteed one-shot Leviathan counter. I fought so many variants of starters, reinforcements. I did get a couple of one-shots, but at the very minimum, I'm getting to a spot where I'm at least getting to a very simple cleanup. I could like garbage level cleanup at that point. Kind of follows a similar drill as before. We're going to go in for the buff this spell with the Ahsoka. That hasn't changed. Now, this is great. It doesn't matter if it's the Sith fighter, assassin. Doesn't matter if it's the TIE dagger with Sith trooper. This generally is a one-shot opening instant kill on whoever that character is. They're gone. Goodbye. Anakin comes in, you know, he's going to try to get me. Cool, we got both. Buff immunity, healing immunity, which is fantastic. This is the play that's making this possible. Because as we know, Isolate's about to come. He's about to do it. And he generally drops it on the Galactic Republic Y-Wing, which then leaves you open and vulnerable. And if Anakin dies, you know the drill. It's kind of game over. Marauder changed the deal. He goes, puts Anakin under stealth like so. Now they have to throw the Isolate there. And Ahsoka getting Isolate's not really that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? It's not that big of a deal. Let's just keep popping on some hits over here. This is kind of useless because she's got Isolate on her. We're just going to keep trying to get through that. Let's get some offense up on Anakin. Nice. Got the offense up dialed in. Again, just keep trying to work. Ooh, nice hit. Let's see if we can take advantage of that healing immunity that's on there. Ah, he got away. Actually, no. Sometimes that's the best case scenario. If you're able to get the Marauder while he gets healing immunity, the waste of stable bulwark, he doesn't get any of that health regeneration. So here, this usually what I do. Oh, this is gonna be kind of curious. Usually, what I do is, oh man, this is a very ideal situation. You know, I'm just gonna bring out Rebel Y-Wing or BLT sandwich. We're gonna knock out the Marauder. It's game over. I usually bring out Plo and do the taunt on him, but I want to finish off Marauder. Fan-frickin-tastic. This is actually looking like it could be a one-shot. All right, I got Palpatine weird reinforcement. Not usually typical inside of Grand Arena. It is what it is. That's fine. Keep doing some basics over there, getting that Valor moving around. Okay, just keep working on Malgus. He lost his stable bulwark. Again, we want to bring in these tanks to really kind of cover our butt. Anakin over here. Unending loyalty, give him the offense up. Buff the spell coming. Look at the damage, man. We are dropping heavy damage. So this is a situation, again, I'm not going to oversell it, but I think really the win conditions, if you want a one-shot Leviathan, you really need to try to land the, this is another fantastic thing. Having Anakin under stealth means he's not going to get targeted by that, by the Mark 6 interceptor. I don't remember what I was trying to say. Lost my train of thought. I don't remember what I said, Gary. What was I trying to say? I have no idea. I was on a roll there. I can't remember. Oh my gosh, I'm turning into a full-blown boomer right now. I don't know. I think I was saying something along the lines of I'm not going to sell the one-shot counter. Oh, I think I remember what I was saying. I think if you want a one-shot Leviathan, the key is hoping that Anakin lands the healing immunity on the Sith Marauder. So when you hit the stable bulwark, it doesn't trigger the health effects, and it's pretty much an easy kill. This is a very good win, and I was able to take care of that Sith, not assassin, gosh, I'm Mark 6 interceptor. A lot of ships being added this year. I'm going to do one more Leviathan battle because I felt like that was a little too easy. Ship here. All right, new ship here. Now, I have fought, this is only a Relic 5 Sith Assassin. It doesn't really bother me that much because I've taken now Relic 8 Sith Assassins. We're going to roll it again. I'm hoping that maybe I get a less than ideal outcome so you can see how it goes. I just want to say, if I'm going to say use this against Leviathan, I think it's best just to kind of set expectations. You're probably going to get into a two-shot range. You usually get Marauder out, you get Malgus out, and you might be stuck behind the Mark 6 Interceptor. So same drill. Buff this spell. Okay, let's do the swarm. One shot the Sith Assassin over here. She should be gone, and if she does survive, which generally she doesn't, Anakin's AoE usually finishes up the job. All right, cool. So here we got the healing unit. We didn't get the buff. Let's see if that maybe changes anything. Anakin under stealth, making sure the Isolate lands on Ahsoka here. All right, they're coming in. They're knocking out my engines. That's fine and dandy by me. All right. Let's see if we can try to take advantage. Yeah, see, the healing unit is actually kind of helpful because you don't get the protection recovery and all that jazz. All right, let's see. Get off it. Oops. There we go. That's fine. I pressed the wrong ability. Got the offense up at Anakin. Again, trying to take advantage of this while we can. So this is usually what happens. Sometimes I get lucky and I get Marauder out. You're going to bring out Plo. Heal up the team a little bit. Force the taunt on Plo himself. That's usually how the battle goes. This is a little bit more typical. All right, so they have a weird situation where Mark 6 is coming out a little bit too early. Let's just drop some basics again. We're focusing fire over here. All right, so now notice we have no healing immunity on Marauder. None of that. So we might have to do this the hard way. See, there you go. So that's what happens when you have no healing immunity. They have 100% health recovery. That's fine. I want to show you, this is, I feel like this is a little bit more typical what's going to happen. All right, no more reinforcements. That's done for. Okay, let's keep working on, big hit. Almost down for the count. Yeah, this is much more typical of what would happen. So we had to do it. We had to work a little bit harder. Still not a big deal. Drop this. I like the, yeah, just, you know what, throw it on. Throw it on Plo. Keep that. Yeah, because he's basically taunting for us. Usually you get one reinforcement. I don't know. It's so fun. I swear people got really funky reinforcements inside of Fleet Arena. It's fine. Let's see what we want to do. We can do a lot of stuff here. I probably could just do basic. Just to, yeah, let's just... Again, what I'm trying to do here is I'm just trying to set myself up where we're going to get to a two-shot scenario here. All right, let's see if we can just do... Just do basic for right now. All right, and then let's see if we can, that should kill him off. I mean, actually probably should do this. Let's just go do this. And this is kind of what I would say, this feels what would typically happen. We got, this is such an easy cleanup, bring in your Akbar leftovers, as we're gonna talk about at the end. Maybe you bring in your Mace Windu clone leftovers. That's something to consider. That maybe make this a simple cleanup. The problem is I only have 2 ships and, you know, I can't bring in any more reinforcements. Yeah, this is where... This ship is really annoying to clean up. Extremely annoying to clean up. So still, very easy, very reasonable. This is perfect for me because I put all the best teams on defense and I kind of force them to use the more non-meta stuff on the offensive. I usually use Chimera versus the Executor. But lately, because of the buff, I feel like I've been forced to use Chimera versus Leviathan, and that's a very expensive counter for my perspective. And that makes it kind of complicated to beat the Executor then with the finalizer and all that fun stuff. So for me, I like this very simple cleanup. I can put all my Profundities, Executor Profundities on defense, use Negotiator to handle Leviathan. Maybe I get the one shot, very simple 2-shot, or I use my Chimera on the Executor. So it gives me a lot more flexibility. So this is what I don't know if I can overpromise that this is going to stay put. I can't imagine Capital Games is okay with a possibly close to 100% consistency Executor or Negotiator versus Profundity. Very easy way of handling Leviathans. I just want to say there's probably a chance they're going to tweak this. Maybe it's the Valor. Maybe it's going to be, I don't quite know. Maybe they buff Leviathan again. I think maybe the Profundity thing will stick around. I'm not too sure about the Leviathan thing sticking around. All right, let's talk about the Endurance here for a second. So the Endurance got a rework. It's just factually, it's better than before. It really is. I love reworks. It's a ship that everyone has. I don't know if you have Negotiator, I don't think you should be putting Marauder in here, even though CG really was trying to hammer Marauder, clone fleet with Endurance. The Marauder, if it's enabling Kenobi to go toe-to-toe with the top 3 fleets, I don't know why I would put it in here, unless they do some drastic change to Marauder Negotiator and maybe only make it work. Maybe they'll add an Endurance clause where it has to be stuck with Endurance. That would suck. What I'm seeing with Endurance, with this new rework, which basically makes this it feels like a turtle fleet. It's a very heavy defensive fleet, takes a lot of hits than before, and it's not fully fledged out right now. So I'm going to show you what I was using. Maybe I'm not being nice enough because I'm kind of thinking realistic in a territory Grand Arena setting. You're probably using Anakin, Marauder, Ahsoka, and Plo on the Negotiator fleet. Doesn't leave you a lot for him. So usually I'd bring in, you know, like 5s, Clone Sarge, Rex, and then something like this, because you don't really need these ships for Negotiator. Really, you only need 1-2 reinforcements on Negotiator. You're kind of done. Now, I'll show footage at the end. I was able to semi-consistently beat a Negotiator with this, so I don't know if I would do that myself, but it's a nice Hail Mary emergency backup plan. I actually have not fought the Chimera with this, so might as well give it a shot. Maybe something funny will happen out of this. So let's give it a stab, and I'll show you gameplay at the end of Mace Windu. It's maybe like a 3-4 out of 10 type of rework. I don't think it's mega changing right now, but they might expand the clone fleet in the next year. It just feels random. They all of a sudden added Marauder a little out of season, I feel like. All right, you know what? Let's go for the Scythe, I suppose. Go for the Scythe. This ability feels like they tweaked the damage. This feels like it hit. It's a lot more than before. The 60,000, not all that bad. There we go. Got our Valor to reappear again. When Valor disappears with the Mace Windu fleet, it just appears again, which is nice. Valor's going to be incredibly important here. We're just going to keep trying to blow through the Scythe over here. All right, first reinforcement. There's a lot of ways to go about it. I actually kind of like Jedi Counselor. Jedi Counselor is kind of nice. Heals, assists, all that jazz. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go over here. Almost there, almost down for the count. Look at that. You know, we got something out. That's cool. That's cool. This is a pretty bangerific fleet here. We probably got to go for Vader next. I probably should have did that in the first place. Let's go do basic over there. So now this is great. So this is a massive heal. 50% health, 100% protection cover. If the ally is a tank, they taunt. So I'm just gonna, can't put it there because it's not a cleanse. So we're just gonna probably make Clone Sarge get the taunt going. Nicely done. Let's focus on Darth Vader. All right, looking good, looking good. All right, okay. Nicely done. Let's keep this look. I mean, I feel extremely durable, aside from the fact of the sister over there causing some headaches. All right, let's do that. Okay, now another reinforcer. We could probably, let's go bring out, let's bring out Wedge. It's a weird fleet, but it oddly enough kind of gets some work done. Look, that was a nice hit, I mean, look, this is kind of a semi-decent fleet that we're fighting here. Maybe it's not Leviathan or anything like that, but I wouldn't really use this before up against, anything. We're, TIE Interceptor, causing some mayhem, but we're doing fine. Let's go drop that over here. 56,000 damage, not bad at all. Get some offense down. I mean, look, again, I don't know if I would want to use this in a normal situation, but it's nice that you have an option in case something goes wrong. It's a fleet that didn't exist with leftovers. All right, this kind of feels like a BB-8 type of thing. We're going to get a lot of buffs. We're going to get protection up. All this stuff. We're going to get an assist. I'm scared to target TIE Fighter. So, yeah, I don't want to do that. So we're going to do this. Call itself to says all allies valor, get a bonus turn. Let's do it. It literally is the BB-8 of capital ships because, like, look at that. Like, come on. That feels pretty good. All right, now, gosh, I hate when there we go. I mean, check it out. That was literally a leftover fleet. I probably could have skipped out on cards. I didn't need it for this scenario here. This is pretty nice. Is it the best we recall time? No, it's usable, which is what I'm trying to say. So let's roll some gameplay at the very end here, showing me using this exact fleet, taking on a General Kenobi Negotiator. The trick is, it's kind of like with the most Negotiator battles, if I'm able to get Anakin out pretty fast, we're good to go. That's where Karth comes in handy because I can get the buff dispel, get him out of stealth, get around taunts, get a buff immunity on him, all that fun stuff. Overall, these are two solid options that we've gotten in Galaxy Series. The Marauder in its current state is elevating Negotiator to a whole new level. Even myself, like TIE Defender, when it came out, I could see that there was going to be something good. There was just too much turn meter gain to be for something not good to happen. Marauder, I wasn't like maybe having TIE Defender expectations, so my expectations were really exceeded. The second we came in, once you kind of see some of those key kit interactions, keeping Anakin under stealth, juicing up the damage on the team, healing up the team, really leaning into that valor a bit more. We're seeing the Negotiator just get elevated to competing with one. It's probably boy, is it gosh, would that make it is that the best fleet in the game? If I'm able to beat Profundity, Executor, and Leviathan, even Profundity and Executor struggle against Leviathan a little bit, right? I don't know. Maybe it's too soon to say that. Regardless, Negotiator is a top tier fleet once again with the addition of Marauder, and I'm only looking forward to what are they going to add in the future for the clones. I feel like we're only getting started. My theory is, come 2024, more Separatists, more clones. I'm telling you, Admiral Trench is probably going to get a capital ship, so keep your eyes peeled and your tactical scanners dialed in. Hopefully you had a lot of fun today with this video. Capitalize on those galactic chase bonus drops from Marauder. Easiest way to get a new unit, this 5, 6, 7 stars right away. Way better than a marquee character unlocking process, just like you guys are way better than anything else out there. Leave that like, comment down below, subscribe so you're not missing a thing, and always remember, my brother from another Imperial mother, it's great to be in the Empire today.
The sun never sets. We dominate.